Vibrating my office, that's called sensational activity. This is the same stalking as on an ongoing basis, centered on what I do as I do it, including what I'm doing on a communication device. This is relevant to not only group stalking, which is terrorism by a government and doing it in concert with the population. This is telling on all of the demons that are the people of the state. The ones engaging in surveillance around my apartment, tracking my steps as I walk out, using things such as dumpster trucks to maintain the elements of monitoring. Sensational activity, meaning flying at a distance and my office is vibrating and the volume of that helicopter is amplified. This is demonic terrorism, and it's occurring in the workplace, which speaker companies is going to compensate me for, while speaker companies represent the people of the state who are engaged in state surveillance with the state. That's why environment is here, by the way, including a fake sun. This is a light source where you know that that's a demon that's stalking in helicopter. You also know that they're targeting by virtue of the sensational activity centered around my location inside of my office and the amplified volume of that helicopter. And then you're going to prosecute for the fact that it's happening while I'm on the job, which is a never before contemplated level of civil and criminal recovery, where the government's keeping you under surveillance at work with the employer, that are the people of the state, and everybody that lives in this neighborhood. They're all group stalking, and that's why you see demons driving by 1826 Lobdell Place and engineer lights moving across that gate. Short-sighted, demon-possessed group stalkers who are unprepared for what is exposure and prosecution for their criminal conduct, which is of a demonic nature, are short-sighted, and they forget about all the evidence that's speaking to a larger picture while they're going move by move like it's a checker game. And this is a long strategy regarding chess. Nobody has forgotten about the body of evidence. This light source remains here all day long, and never is my building going to vibrate because you're flying at a distance in a helicopter. That's a demon that's targeting, and you're recognizing targeting not only through the timing but through the location, the environment, and also my conduct. Everything that I do, the demons react to it. This is criminal surveillance. It's stalking by a government. You're going to prosecute for that. This is what the entity is doing in concert with the people. So everybody in their apartment building, this is criminal surveillance. They stalk in the laundry room. They drive onto the property, driving on and off is called crossing a path, and they're doing so in helicopters crossing a path while Title 18 criminal activity is underway. And this is the prosecution of speaker companies, because the people of the state are foolish enough to play in the role of an employer in the United States where surveillance is underway by government, and everybody's going to federal prison for that. It is currently 9:43 a.m. The fake sun is indeed over me. This is the same apartment building where it remains after 5 p.m., okay? And the sound of helicopters is audible activity, which is serving for the ongoing enhanced time in federal prison for Don Nagel, Blado, Maria Solis Alvarez, the demon-possessed who are crossing path at the Alvarado Gardens apartments where the fake sun remains all day long. Engaging in this ongoing surveillance and helicopter activity is the specific pattern of conduct by the demons in the state of California. It is the basis for dismantling, removing the Dominic Choi, a corrupt leader, and this is the pattern of conduct by corrupt law enforcement agencies who are indeed group stalking. And their criminal activity is the federal prosecution of that population who's group stalking with them. This is literally the implosion of that corrupt system. It's public corruption. And so you have foolish, uneducated, inept, demon-possessed group stalkers who are stalking in helicopters, and they're telling on their criminal co-conspirators. That's literally the pattern of conduct, and it is speaking to of that population. That's called demonic pacing, another demon that's not going anywhere. They're pacing back and forth over me all day long, and they're doing so. Let me be clear. That distance is something that I shouldn't hear in my office, but I do when I'm in my office. It's something that shouldn't vibrate my office, but it is when I'm in my office. And when I stood right here on the sidewalk, the ground isn't shaking. There's no earthquake. But when I'm in my office, that's how I know to walk out and get it. I don't have a schedule of these demons. They're on what I do. That's what's inspiring what they do based on what I do, and they're demons that are doing so. You're removing demons from access to helicopters. You're removing demons from the ability to threaten American citizens, such as a third-party employer, speaker companies, such as the community at Alvarado Gardens, such as this community that surrounds where state surveillance is underway. You're going to prosecute this population. All right. It is currently 9:45 a.m. and this is the light source, and you just witnessed what was demonic pacing by demons and helicopters. And the terrorism that the United States engages in, they engage in more terroristic behavior the more that you expose the fact that they're demon possessed, and the more that you expose their criminal conduct. I want to be clear, that's a public safety concern. The fact that you're engaging in surveillance in the first place, and then the fact that you engage in more terrorism as that criminal and psychotic activity is exposed. That is what is going to be disbanded. That's what's going to federal prison. And it will not be a mystery what the name of that demon is flying that helicopter. It's not going to be a mystery. And they are going to federal prison, and Dominic Choi will be prosecuted as well. It is currently 9:45 a.m. This is P.O.C.